Men fear me.
Oh, watch out, here comes Jeffrey in his pretty pink dress, said no one ever. Anyway, did you know the Japanese have a beer called Unjuro Duro, which is made from coffee beans found in elephant dung? Fact.
Well, well, today it's just woke people getting what they need. A little mockery, a little logic, whatever gets the job done. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Are you ready?
But Americans are not struggling. This is the worst platform. Who put this stage up here? This is the worst. The frickin' place is falling down. I notice it keeps tilting further left. Like too many other things. What a crappy contractor this.
Roasting woke people without the president? I would never.
I hate asking the internet for help, but please, I need your help.
Well, admitting you need help is the first step to solving your problem, but I don't think you're asking for the right kind of help.
Move out of my studio because my landlord was harassing me, my cat was getting tased.
Where did you live? Springfield, Ohio?
It was because I had to evacuate because the wrong side of the internet literally hunted me down.
Aw, you had to evacuate because people said mean things to you on the internet? Don't talk to Floridians about evacuations right now.
Summer, and I literally lost everything. I lost everything, including my own sanity.
I hate to break it to you, but your mental health has been going downhill for a minute.
I can't get out of this on my own, and I don't know how to get out of this hole that I'm in.
This one I can help with. Go get a job. Yeah, you want to know how to get out of your financial rut and earn a place to live? Just go get a job.
Tired of breaking down, and I can't.
Yeah, I relate to being tired. You can still hear it in my voice, actually. About 2 weeks ago, I went to work super sick for a 10-hour shift because I don't want to live in my car. So I did what I had to do and took myself to a job that I go to every day so that I have a place to live.
Thank you.
All this drama could be done while making my coffee, mate.
CRFI. If you're like many women, you've been to a birthday party or a small office gathering, an event that's meant to bring people together. There's swinging tunes, some adult beverages, and good convo. And then it comes time to cut the cake, and someone decides to ruin everything.
Oh my God, that slice is huge. That slice is bigger than Beyonce's paycheck. Can you cut me half of that?
A cake-related fatphobic incident, or CRFI, is that moment when it's time to eat delicious cake and it's interrupted by a moralizing impulse. Inevitably, there's always someone at the party who has to declare publicly that their slice is too large, and that the person who's cutting the cake, almost invariably a woman, must do some disproportionate amount of labor in order to accommodate their need to feel superior. Let's take a look.
Can you do a little bit? Just can you scrape all the frosting off and cut it in half and give me 2 forks, because I'm sharing. Small, a little bit more, tiny, no, less than what you're smaller, please.
Could you just cut my piece into 12 equal symmetrical little pieces and put each one into a tiny little Tupperware so that I can have a bite for each month of 2018? Thanks.
Let's take a step back and view what's happening through a critical feminist lens. CRFIs typically happen in environments where there are primarily or exclusively women. Women are disproportionately negatively affected by diet culture because diet culture maps onto sexism. Like many parts of diet culture, there is a significant performance component. You have to show others that you are being good. Controlling how much you eat is part of what it means to be a, quote, good woman. This kind of behavior is a way for people to keep other people in check through food moralizing, surveillance, and policing. These are the mechanisms that are at the core of diet culture and weight control. The idea that you can position yourself as superior to others through self-control and self-denial is super sexist. CRFIs have a history of creating a hierarchy among women and ultimately in maintaining misogynist expectations.
Nope, it wasn't satire. This is an actual educational video from the left. That's San Francisco's weight czar, Virgie Tozar. Just say you love cake and overeat. It's fine, really.
You won't vote for someone who persecutes Christians, but you'll vote for someone that called for a complete total shutdown of Muslims entering the country?
These are the countries with the highest Muslim populations in the world, and if Trump was truly banning Muslims, then why did none of these countries, with the exception of Iran, get banned? The answer is because Trump wasn't banning Muslims. He was banning these 7 countries due to poor cooperation with U.S. officials, terrorist activity, and technical hurdles to properly document the travelers coming from these places. All that money coming from the DNC just to get debunked by some random guy on TikTok. That's gotta be tough.
The closer the election got, the more embarrassing the TikTok campaign for Kamala.
Biden and Harris didn't make gas costs more, and in fact, we've never been more energy independent.
That's not true. Here's a chart showing the natural gas imports to the United States, and we see under Trump from 2017 to 2020, imports went down, meaning we were more energy independent. And we see for Biden from 2021 onward, imports went up, meaning we were relying more on foreign energy and less energy independent. Next.
This man's economic plans are insane. This man wants to replace federal income tax with tariffs.
Are you even aware that federal income tax didn't start until 1913? Look at the effect federal income tax has had since 1913 on the purchasing power of the US dollar, or in other words, how strong the US dollar is for consumers in the United States. Look how weak it has become. Everything before this was taxed strictly through tariffs, so don't pretend like federal income tax has had a positive effect on our US dollar. Next.
Good luck getting laid. Me and my girlies are participating in the 4B movement.
You mean to tell me you're going to remain celibate and not engage in hookup culture? It's almost like you walked headfirst into exactly what we've been asking for years.
See what I mean when I say embarrassing? Like, was the plan to just keep lying until you can't lie anymore?
Is there any point that an abortion should not be legal?
No, I think there's absolutely no term limits. This whole ripping babies out of women is just such bull. It should be a federal right for women to have an abortion, especially in third term.
That's her daughter standing next to her, by the way. That's another thing to talk to the therapist about later in life.
Ask you how your cancer is doing, so bug off, stop gaslighting, and get the f out of town.
Yeah, those are horrible arguments. Yeah, cancer is not a baby. Look, they're giving high fives to stuff.
Ask me about a personal body part.
Yeah.
I didn't pick your groin, did I? Oh yeah, you're good to talk, right?
Yeah,
back off. Tell me to back off.
Look at this, guys.
See?
Amen. You see how triggered they get, guys? So triggered. No, not a single argument. Just name calling and running off. That's fine. Oh, and they come back. What was the argument?
Not decide what, when.
Why?
Why do you want to decide?
Because abortions doesn't matter if I'm a man or not.
There's so much mutation going on, you can barely tell what's real and what's not. You guys tell me what you saw, man or woman.
How important are women's rights?
It's so important. It's valuable today more than ever because a woman should be able to have her choice over her body.
By women's rights, you mean the right to an abortion?
The right to be able to vote, the right to be able to have an abortion.
Well, women have the right to vote.
Right.
Okay.
Well, here's the thing. You're a man. You are never going to face
Nothing better than a November where woke logic is used against them. I think they want to be able to vote twice for the weight. Gotta get back to kicking your kind, love.
I'm sorry. No! Why? Why? Do you really hate me that bad?
I just know that this woman will forever hate the moment she decided to record this nonsense.
Kimberly, I'd love to sit here and talk about how you need to get an abortion, but I just paid $12 for a carton of eggs, so...
We have the right to eat cheaper omelets. It's not you, Kim, it's everyone trying to get proper nutrition. All you have to do is join the 4B movement. That way, misogyny never controls you.
Have you watched these pro-abortion, pro-rallies? The people are just disgusting. Why is it that the women with the least likelihood of getting pregnant are the ones most worried about having abortions? Nobody wants to impregnate you if you look like a thumb. These people are odious on the inside and out. They're like 5'2", 350 pounds, and they're like, give me my abortions or I'll get up and march and protest. And I'm thinking, march? You look like you got ankles weaker than the legal reasoning behind Roe versus Wade.
Matt Gaetz is never beating the allegations, guys. Good thing we do not care. America prepared to receive one of the coolest AG we all might have ever seen.
Do you think kids should be able to change their gender?
Yeah, I think gender is a social construct, man. If you want to bind or whatever, do it, man. Whatever makes you feel like you. Gender dysphoria it's dangerous and it's difficult. I'd rather these kids stay alive themselves.
Rather than getting a surgery to fix gender dysphoria, which can't go back, why not just get like mental health assistance?
Wearing a mask tells me all I need to know about her. When I see someone still with a mask on, I already know there is no intelligent conversation to be had. Other characteristics of these mask wearers include low IQ, high body count, and cat piss smell.
No, we haven't had.
Okay. Why?
Why? Because I'm stingy. I'm stingy with the books.
Excuse me?
I'm stingy with it. I do not give it up easily.
You're a baby mama, though.
I've never been married, no, but
I find it funny that women like yourself, baby mamas, all of a sudden want to get stingy with the puss after you done gave your womb up before a ring. But then you want the high value men to put a ring on it before he gets it?
To give it away?
You got you already did. Because here's the thing. You're a used vehicle wanting brand new 2021 prices. You can laugh all you want to, ma'am, but you just said 6 months. You're not even exclusive. You're talking about he's marriage minded. Where do you think he's inserting his penis? In his hand?
No, that's the thing. He could be inserting it somewhere else.
Exactly, because here's the thing. Men with options don't play these games.
That is the most backwards thing I have ever heard. Holding out after you're a single mother. That's the equivalent to wearing condoms after you catch AIDS. She's not stingy, she's giving it up to somebody else and giving him the leftovers. But like he said, men with options don't play games.
Those racist comments do not help.
And if you kick every Latino out of this country, then who is going to be cleaning your toilet, Donald Trump?
That's no.
In the sense that, you know what I mean? Like, when I'm saying that in LA, they always...
But
they don't...
Latinos are not only the only people
I didn't mean it like that. Come on. No, I would never mean it like that.
She delivered that with such confidence, she really thought she said something that made sense. If they talk long enough, their true opinions eventually leak out. That's why she condemns Trump on a racist comment and then lets her racism slip out.
You know, he is really, really scary at this point.
Molly,
And
no. In nature, your hair color is called aposematism, which is how animals let other animals know how dangerous and toxic they are. So you are the scary one, and you are in no position to call anyone scary. So please stop with the BS.
She's calling someone else scary when she looks like a danger sign. These people's hypocrisy and lack of self-awareness never ceases to amuse me. They are always the first to criticize, but they're there looking and smelling like safety hazards.
I be on here all the time and I be watching you and I be trying to drill your ass. Excuse me for cussing.
There it goes. Drill. I ain't cussed her at all. I be trying to drill your ass. See, for those of you that think she natural and pretty and all that, that's what you really gonna get at the house. That TV down, it's too loud.
Hold on 1 second. You got 2 kids over here and they fell asleep watching TV.
You know what? And guess what? You could have a man like me over there with you, but you a little bit too much. You do too much.
Oh, well, I do everything by myself.
Yeah, exactly. I already know that. After the man gets some, he gone.
You think I ain't been through that before?
Oh yeah, and I'm telling you why you been through it.
Just because I'm loud don't mean nothing. I left them. They ain't leave me.
I'm glad it's real sarcastic to you, because I don't care.
I'm really joking.
Because guess what? Tomorrow you're going to be in the same predicament. Next year you're going to be in the same predicament. When you're 40, you're going to be in the same predicament. And when you're 50, the only thing that's going to be worse is you're not going to get no tax money from them kids. See, the tax money's going to run out eventually, which is income for y'all. The little kids is not going to be in the house to keep y'all company forever. So guess what? You're going to be wishing and praying and hoping you had a guru.
Need a Hercules.
Honestly, I'm not surprised she's a single mom of 2 with no man. She looks and sounds like stress in human form. She said she needs a Hercules, but I can bet even him would leave her too.
I like a bad boy, to be honest with you.
How long you here be? It seems like you had an about 2 weeks now, man.
Yeah, what about me?
Yeah, man, you come out. Your part way down here by your eyebrow.
What about you? Take off the hat. Let me see your hair.
See my hair? What's up?
All right.
Take off your wig. Let me see yours.
She recognizes she likes bad decisions and still not willing to fix it. She's looking for some more trauma bonds and karmic soul ties, and then she'd go off looking for another high-value man to dump all of that on.
Don't get me wrong, I don't want Amazon to cancel my order, like I need my order to come. But low-key, I have beef with them right now. My beef with Amazon, why do they take the money out when they ship the order and not when they place the order? For context, I ordered my boyfriend a TV for Christmas. It's not supposed to deliver until like January 21st. They didn't take the money out for it. And they're not going to until the item ships. So you mean to tell me I have to factor in my Amazon order into my budget for the next foreseeable month or so, just in case they take it out? Just take it out when I place the order. Then I don't have to worry about it. And then if you don't have the item, cancel the order and give me a refund.
You could run laps with all the space in her brain.
I transitioned from the kid my classmates beat up to the woman that's out of their league.
I don't think you're even in the league, mister. Also, those kids beating didn't do much, sadly. This page does not condone bullying.
Making sense common again. Making sense common again. Making sense common again. Oh, making common sense common again? Is that what you meant? You dip. Nah, seriously, you can't upload a video where you try to be like so much more intelligent than the person you're stitching and then have something like that in your bio.
I don't think I could have paid for better marketing. Okay, Peter Griffin, the fact that you said it that many times and it still didn't click for you, let me go ahead and break it down in simplest terms. Sense is a word in and of itself. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Oh, I get that. That makes sense. She has a lot of sense about her. Sense, something that seems to be a rarity in today's society. Thank you for being a prime example of that. I'm suggesting that we make sense, remember that word can stand alone, common again. Does that make sense? Probably doesn't. And for that reason, you know what? Go ahead and hit me up. I'll send you one for free. It seems like you could use one.
I love how completely condescending people on the left are, all to find out that they lack the most basic reasoning.
I'm a queer, gender fluid, disabled worker.
I wonder if this person calls the men that sleep with them anything other than straight.
I'm a punk that loves to and loves to love.
The only thing they did is like shave the side of their head, which is like a lesbian thing, if I'm being honest.
There is a lot of pressure to identify as she in the context of work. They, them are my pronouns.
Legitimate question, if they identify as a they, them, does cost more than she, her? I mean, it is group.
So many labels, the FDA should definitely look into that. The change should get you a salad to start.
Every single one of your basic needs should be taxpayer funded. Food, water, healthcare, shelter, clothing, electricity, transit, access to the internet. These are all basic needs that we are required to survive within this society, and as such, it is society's responsibility to ensure that those are provided to its people. Full stop. End of story. Have a day.
You could just say that you're lazy, unskilled, and unable to take care of yourself, but sure, let's play this out. I go to work, it's payday, I come home, I look at my paycheck, and the government has taken almost all of my paycheck from me to put into this taxpayer fund to redistribute to the rest of society. Well, that sucks. Why should I be the one who has to labor when I could just stay home and the government's gonna take care of me? So I quit my job. Then everyone else starts quitting their jobs because the government's gonna take care of us, right? But oh shoot, now we're having mass supply chain issues because we don't have enough production. So then the government starts assigning jobs because society's gotta run, you know what I'm saying? So you get assigned a job, and if you don't do your assigned job, then you don't get your rations. Congratulations, now you're a slave. Your utopian scenario also implies the heavy assumption that the humans in charge of your rations are not corrupt. But then again, who's ever heard of a corrupt politician, am I right? Anyways, if you develop a skill set, you can get a job which allows you to make money, which would then allow you to live a lifestyle of your choosing rather than a government-assigned lifestyle. And that's just one of the reasons why communism doesn't work, but I'm sure that it just hasn't been done right yet.
Or he can just move to North Korea. He can have a day over there.
I'm a little bit more educated than you think.
Let's do it. When does life begin? When does life begin?
I'm an atheist. Sorry, I don't talk about.
You just said you're educated on it. So when does life begin? Secular. You don't have to be a Christian. When does life begin? You can search it up right now, all you guys. When does life begin scientifically? It says fertilization. I thought you'd know that if you studied this, man. Like, come on.
When you were born, life. Yeah.
When you were born, life. So this is very important, guys. If I'm a pregnant woman, I get charged with double homicide. But it's when you're born. He just said it's when you're born, though, right? How come? Why is that? That's a good point. I'll change your mind.
You're more educated, and your mouth flew open faster than anything. Where's your education then, lady?
Can someone tell me what MAGA men find attractive so that I can wear the complete opposite? Thanks.
As the unofficial, official spokeswoman for the MAGA men, I think you're good. Keep doing what you're doing. I think you have covered all the bases. I think it's safe to say that you can mark yourself safe from MAGA men.
Now, you just inserted yourself in a conversation that has nothing to do with you. Every stitch and response video is fair game. Don't go back to the cult crying about bullying. But yeah, I think you're good, sir.
You know, I honestly debated on saying that, but I really feel like someone needs to speak up. Do you know how embarrassing it is to women overseas that actually don't have rights? Do you know how embarrassing it is to people who can't grow hair, who have cancer? Do you realize how stupid you look shaving your head because you're throwing a temper tantrum because you cannot murder a child? I don't feel sorry for you in the least. I really don't. It's absolutely disgusting, the movement that you guys are doing, the 4B, whatever. I mean, it's great for conservatives. It's not gonna be hard to find guys, middle-aged women with bald heads wearing blue bracelets, and yet you want to call conservatives the stupidest party? I'll give you a rundown real quick. Since you don't know your rights, you can buy a car, you can buy a house, you have a job, you have the freedom of speech, you have the freedom of wearing whatever clothes you want to wear. You're not told how many babies you have to have, or can have. And it all comes down to the same cry of help. Men don't care about us. That's because you're terrible at picking men. Let me end on this. Somewhere out there in the world, somebody just got a notification from a doctor saying that they only have 3 months to live. And you're sitting here whining about one little detail. The world does not revolve around you.
Then they wonder why Americans are treated differently overseas. Maybe because you have branded yourselves as the most entitled brats on the planet, and most people are just trying to have a peaceful life.
Justice. More, the girl that's been raped or the child that hasn't even been born yet? Equal. So they're both humans. If that girl doesn't want to have that child, then what is she supposed to do? I believe that all humans should be treated equally. So the mother and the child, the same. So the child doesn't get special rights, people, and the mother doesn't get special rights, people. Do you believe that child is fully conscious and aware of what's happening? Nope. I don't think they're fully conscious and aware. I don't think they're fully conscious and aware until, like, heck, I don't know if a newborn baby is fully conscious. Exactly. But it's wrong to kill a newborn baby. Pause. Rewind. Yeah, because a newborn baby, a baby that just came out the womb, isn't fully conscious, right? Well, I'm not saying. Is it okay to kill them? It's okay to kill. No, not. Why not? They're not fully conscious. It's a living human being, but a clump of cells in a womb does not qualify as a living human being. I think that's arbitrarily defining a group of human beings to be non-humans.
Don't they say that a newborn even takes more out of the parents than the unborn? So when the baby is crying all night long, what are you supposed to do? Donate the child to Planned Parenthood's refrigerator.
We need that like 90s, early 2000s skinny to come back, I think.
Oh my gosh. No.
This like Kim Kardashian bull.
You don't like
That's the thing. If you like anorexic skinny, that's your opinion.
I don't like anorexic.
No, but you've just said everyone should go back to being skinny and having A-cup boobs because that's how you portray it.
I'm prepared to actually say most men prefer more natural women, whether it's giant boobs, small boobs, small butt.
You made it out as
I don't think. Hold on. Let me finish. They don't want like BBL. They don't want the fake. I think that's what it is.
I think he meant just like be proud of who you are.
Yeah, I think he was joking the same way that I was joking. It might have been a joke, but at the end of the day, a lot of women that are going to watch this podcast, it's not going to be funny to them, and then now possibly going to starve themselves because they think that is.
Oh yeah, okay.
No, but at the end of the day,
the anorexia. Okay.
Well, no.
Yes, you went under the knife because you think men prefer that. We get it. Stop yelling, please. So we talked about Moristella Yanai in the previous video. Another woman was fed up with the college student as well. Watch what she says.
My name is Renee and I'm from Jordan and I grew up there. Aiden, as a young man, I commend you for putting on a suit and coming out here tonight. I appreciate that from a professor, okay? But you also have to have enough humility to know that you don't know enough. And I'm telling you that as an Arab. So where would I rather live? Tel Aviv or Gaza? Who would I rather live amongst? Hamas, which is what you're advocating for. So like I said, I appreciate, you putting on a suit and coming here and speaking for my people. My people don't want you speaking for them because you're not helping us.
Let her speak.
Before the British mandate, I could have been a Palestinian instead of a Jordanian or Egyptian. It's the same people. So don't act like you know my people better than myself or Yusuf. This is the arrogance and the problem that I have with the encampments. I came here tonight with a taser because you think you're protesting peacefully? I'm gonna be okay showing up here by myself because white, entitled, spoiled Americans want to get attention? You're making it worse for Arabs here and back home.
Americans are too nosy for their own good. And what's crazier is that they never help. They always end up overshadowing and making it much worse.
I never called you a racist.
But of course you are suggesting. I must say one of the reasons people don't like people like you in the media is that you never say exactly what you mean. Your slurs are all by implication, and you're about to tell me the Great Replacement Theory is racist or anti-Semitic, whatever. The whole point of your question was to be like, you're a scary racist.
Well, I haven't.
And my response is, no, I'm not. Okay, well, how about no more lying in your questions, and then I'll answer it.
Okay. Well, this is the same theory, or as you say, idea, that has inspired the New York Buffalo shooting where 11 black Americans were killed. Two white Americans were killed. Like, it's also inspired.
It's not. First of all,
it's inspired the worst, one of the worst Australian guys of all time.
How do they get people this stupid in the media? I guess it doesn't pay well. Look, I'm sorry. I've lived among people like you for too long, and I don't mean to call you stupid. Maybe you're just pretending to be.
I don't mean to call you stupid. Maybe you're just pretending to be is the best statement ever. But the thing is that I don't think she's pretending. He didn't even try to make her look like a fool. She did it all on her own.
So both of you do OnlyFans. How much do you make, Nicolette?
I make a lot.
How much per month?
I think it's like kind of tacky to say like exactly how much money you make.
I mean, it's tacky to be on OnlyFans in the first place, but
shots fired.
Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. That's like bad vibes right there. Like, oh my god.
Disagreement is bad vibes.
She won't reveal her salary range, but will reveal every nook and cranny of her body. Her saying ago, that's bad vibes, is the same thing if she would have said, I'm not smart enough to defend my point of view in a reasonable way.
Hey, this is for the whale on the end. You said you have 5 kids, but have any of them popped out yet?
Why don't you go back and play with your computer some more? Looks like you're good at math.
I'm good at math?
Looks like it.
Yeah, well, I know that you look like you weigh about 250 pounds. I can count that.
This is for the whale in the end is very brutal, and her weak comeback, go play on your computer, and you're good at math are not insults.
As a non-binary person, what do you have to tell me about my identity? Because I know for a fact I'm not confused.
Okay, next question. Great statement. That's a statement. That's a statement. Okay, you know your identity. You're not confused. Congratulations, sweetheart. Thank you very much for your statement.
If you notice carefully, Candace was actually patient to see if this black lipstick girl was actually going to come up with a sensible or reasonable question. Candace gave her the benefit of a doubt to see if there's actually any intelligent one among them, but like the rest, she proved Candace wrong and displayed her obvious stupidity. Probably if she actually admitted that she was confused, she could have been helped, but now that she says she's not confused, she'd have to continue living confused.
Mr. White, what would be the first meal that you would feed me?
Salad.
For you to have gotten up to that size all by yourself, trust me, you don't need any man or person for that matter feeding you anything. You're doing it fine all by yourself.
What's the difference between a vegan and a white dude for Harris?
I don't know, what?
A vegan won't put meat in their mouth.
Granny is a real gangster, and the funny thing is that it's all fact. I haven't seen a white dude for Harris who is a real man yet, but you see those ones that are both vegans and support Harris. Watch out for them, because they mostly end up being school shooters.
Okay, so question number 2. To number 1 again. Do you know any good skirts?
Gender equality.
He cooked so well, and he wasn't even in the kitchen, even though he started a world war with that joke, and by roasting feminism, the Brotherhood is proud of him and solidly behind him.
You don't look like a woman at all.
Besides my chin, if I hide my chin, yes I do.
You gotta do more than that.
Well, that's your opinion.
No, Stevie Wonder can see that you're not a woman.
I'm not an adult entertainer, okay? I don't go to clubs and do shows and dance.
Oh.
I'm a proper lady. I'm just an average woman. What is funny? What are you laughing at, Jesse?
I'm laughing at you.
He thinks putting on a horrible looking wig makes him a woman. That man is the definition of mental health issues. I don't even know which is worse, being gay or this.
If she doesn't dress traditional, the guy shouldn't pay for the first date. Is that a fair proposition?
I feel like clothes have nothing to do with that.
So like you're out, you're wearing a uniform.
Women don't realize when you dress like that, you put a man in harm's way because somebody might catcall, somebody might grab you, and he gonna have to do something. He could lose his life defending you because you want to come outside looking crazy. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just about controlling you, it's about keeping civilization all right. You know what I'm saying? Women gotta stop dressing so crazy. Men are very aggressive, man. Like it's like walking around a cave of lions with meat hanging off. Are you gonna be mad at the lions? You walking around with just a group of women with your whole body exposed is dangerous, and it's also dangerous for the men in your life.
I think it's kind of ridiculous to say that that's their nature. That's not your nature.
It is a man's nature.
I don't think it's a man's nature to go rabid over a half-naked woman, but are there crazy people out there? Yes, they are, and they almost have nothing to lose. You should love yourself to want to stay out of harm's way. Isn't prevention better than cure?
This sense of entitlement has gotten out of hand. For you to get upset because there's people simply in your video going about their workout without bothering you, minding their own business, is ridiculous. It gets to the point where you actually tell that man behind you to move because he's in your video. Really? I'm sorry, but unless your name is on that gym, your filming is never a priority over other people. They pay the same gym membership that you do. If you can't film responsibly, if you can't respect other people in a shared space, you don't belong filming at all. You need to do better. Mind your own business.
I think she'll be better off doing a home workout with YouTube. She doesn't seem very interested in the weights, and she's holding up gym traffic anyway.
Donald Trump, you never see him around strong, intelligent women.
I love edits so much. So Shark, looks like you're the backwards misogynistic pig, right? It's not just looks, that's exactly what you are. Kamala didn't have a single intelligent person on her side. Man, woman, non-binary, every last one was a bubblehead.
Are you crying because you did horrible
things to a person and you finally realize that you're doing horrible things to a person?
I have a pet.
Mm-hmm.
I have a pet, like a guy, my dog.
Oh wait, hold on. Oh, I thought you were joking.
No,
you have
he sleeps on my floor on the dog bed.
He's like a sub? Is that what you call him?
Yeah,
or a slave?
He just does whatever I ask.
So servant? So you have a master-slave BDSM dynamic.
Yeah, basically, I went.
You're being serious, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I was I got out of an abusive relationship about a year ago. The guy tried to strangle me like 5 times. I ran to the neighbor's
I'm
house.
not sure how that's relevant, but okay.
So I ended up with a
Well,
sub
because as you know, the best way to recover from being in an abusive relationship is to abuse somebody. Everybody knows that.
Well, I don't hit him or anything, and
just humiliate him, make him sleep in a dog bed. Does he have a dog
I told him
bowl?
he could. Didn't tell him he had to. He asked me to buy him a dog bed.
You do realize that there are mentally ill individuals out there who do mentally ill things, and that it is very enabling when a person's like, well, I know that you're mentally ill and sick in the head, that you'd be willing to sleep in a dog bed like a freak, but I'm going to go ahead and in some way get some sort of gratification from that. Like, doesn't that say something bad about you?
12.50 an hour, so do the math.
Wait, are you crying? Are you crying because you did horrible things to a person and you finally realize that you're doing horrible things to a person?
No, I just
you need to cry. It's good for you to cry. That's you know what that's called, taking responsibility.
It's not like I get that, but you gotta understand, like, people aren't perfect. People make mistakes, and we can learn from that. You shouldn't just be like, oh, I'm a human being just because I didn't recognize something. I can change and I can.
Boo-hoo! Oh, you did a horrible thing to a person, and it was pointed out that you need to stop being
no
horrible.
one told me I was doing a horrible thing to somebody.
Take some accountability for the horrible things that you're doing, and you should cry about it because it's awful. It's awful.
You have a human pet that you treat like a dog and you're the one crying. Also, what do you mean no one told you were doing horrible things? Is he an actual dog? No? Okay, then why treat him like one? You can learn from your mistakes. So you accidentally became a human pet owner.
Someone's finally asking this question. My problem is that I'm too hot, too successful in my career. I make too much money. I have too many amazing friends and family.
No. No. No, it is not worth my time. Not worth it. Not worth it.
Yeah, that's enough response. I don't get the joke. This honestly cracked me up.
Trans women can't be lesbians. Oh yeah? Look at my hands. Look at my hands and tell me that I'm not a lesbian.
I'm getting too old to be still commenting on this bullshit. Number one, it's not these 2 fingers, it's these 2 fingers. Number 2, a lesbian hand is not what you have. Lesbian hands have their pointer finger smaller than their ring finger. If you know, you know. And since you don't know, you're not a lesbo. That's funny.
That's not what I find concerning, truly. Did you get bottom surgery? If yes, do women actually dip their hands into your wound?
So I recently came across a video of a lady trying to buy plus size clothes at a normal store.
Do you have plus sizes of this? Just for you, Noah, I'm gonna start wearing no clothes at all.
Please don't do that. Please don't do that.
Let's be honest. Getting upset that every brand doesn't make 5XL clothes is crazy. I didn't even know 5XL was possible.
Are you just jealous of trans women?
January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December.
I don't know how else to tell you this, but if you saw me dressed like this, walking down the street in my heels, pretend I shaved my beard and I had one of these on my face, you would have no clue, all right?
The day I came out to my wife, I was reading Our Trans Timelines, which is a subreddit that has a lot of, people's transitioning journey.
Behind me is my mom, the greatest mom in the entire world, and I'm going to talk to you about motherhood. I know it'll be hard for a lot of people to tell, but I'm actually a trans woman.
I got in a little mini Shein haul today, so let's do a fashion show.
It is day 8 on TikTok with y'all.
When I first came out as trans, I had no one to look up to. And I want to change that for other people. I want to get them someone to look up to.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say.
It's almost 70 degrees in New York today. Spring is officially blooming, so we're busting out the bloomers.
Last week, someone told me I was pretty, and that's the first time that that's ever happened to me.
No, I'm not jealous of men in dresses, not even a little bit.
Concerned maybe? Jealous? Jealous is more than a stretch.
Ow! Papa, what did they do to you?
Look what they did to me. Ow.
Look! All his pheromones are gone!
I'm sure there's a lot more pheromones left in that house. Well deserved.
Hey everybody, so do you guys know the song Shot, 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 Shot? Well, I don't drink alcohol and I never will. So, I have a new way of doing it. Not, Pepsi! Everybody! Not, Pepsi! Everybody!
I think she did all the roasting to herself. And girl, drink water, please.
It's like, well, if going out on a date with a guy makes me a slut, then that's just what I'm gonna be.
I don't think going out on a date makes you a slut, but having sex with different men makes you a slut.
Well, what does it make you if you have sex with different women?
A slut maker.
She was expecting him to get owned, but she got owned instead. That's a man who knows how to put a woman like that in her place.
Why should he handle you?
Because I'm worthy of it.
Really?
Of course.
Why should he handle you, 2 children, when he can go ahead and deal with someone doesn't have to handle her, no kids, and quite frankly, it's probably a better long-term investment for him for a relationship. Men want naturally feminine women just like you want a naturally masculine guy. That's just how it goes. Men and women are different to a guy that has experience, has ambition, has money, assertive, dominant, masculine. Men are not attracted to that. And unfortunately, women that make money, like yourself, a 6-figure earner, are assertive, dominant, argumentative, not agreeable, loud, etc. This is great for making money, being successful, but guess what? Men don't get about that. Why? Because your money is your money, my money is our money.
I'm sure she almost cried because of how deep that went. The truth hurts. She's already old and is learning this too late, but it's a good lesson for the other ladies out there. At least her feminism is serving the purpose of showing other women what their life would look like if they took the same route.
You know what woke means? It means you're a loser. Everything woke. Everything woke. It's true. Everything woke turns okay?
Everything woke turns to shit. Someone probably needs to put that up on a t-shirt, cause it's fact.
The young people have to listen to people who are older than them and not just say, I don't agree with you, you're old. Just saying, get off my lawn. You know what? First of all, you
Well, they are saying that because they don't want them protesting on the lawn of the college campus. So they're saying, get off my lawn.
But I'm always saying to them is, don't say that to me. Don't say you're old or you're just saying get off my lawn. Engage with the idea. Then I will respect. Engage with the idea. And by the way, you could never get near my lawn. All ignorant of almost everything. There's a practically infinite things in this world you could know about. I don't know about 99.99999% of them. The ignorance is the part of the people, the adults and the educators who don't do their job anymore. They let you out of school. They will sign that diploma and you don't know a thing.
Back in the days, they would say, children are to be seen and not heard, and we need to bring that back because all these children know these days are pronouns and defying logic.
How arrogant are you to think that you deserve to go through life with no one ever saying anything that you don't agree with or like? I want people to stop saying that joke's offensive. I want them to start saying I found it offensive. Because that's all it is. You're just telling me how you feel about it. There's nothing intrinsically offensive about this joke. It's trying to make I'm offended sound important. Yeah. It's no different to saying I've got a pain in my leg. Yeah. Right, I believe you. Yeah. There's nothing to do with me. Yeah, but you shouldn't hurt people's feelings. Well, you can if their feelings are wrong. Yeah, yeah, you know, if you don't like the fact, don't change the fact, change the feelings. Yeah. You don't have to pave the jungle. Yeah. You can just grow a pair and have a laugh about it.
Don't change the facts, change your feelings. I like that cause it's him basically saying go f yourself in the kindest way possible. We need more people like him who tell you as it is and don't apologize because you got offended.
We took LGB and then we added LGBTQIA+++, and then we included men who dress up like women and mock women. It's okay if you're proud of your sexuality, but why do I have to be proud of your sexuality?
Tell you what,
rainbow flag.
I'm not triggered by a rainbow flag. I'm triggered by the fact that everywhere I go for a calendar month, everything has to be a rainbow flag.
I'm triggered that everywhere I go for the entire year, everything has to be straight. Why is straight
Where's
everywhere?
my straight flag?
Why am I constantly
Where
getting
is
straight?
my straight flag? When have you ever seen a straight flag? Where's my straight flag?
It's everywhere.
It's never been a straight flag.
Both of you are straight, and you're saying you're exhausted.
How do you know I'm straight? How dare you guess my sexuality?
Like, let's not play games here.
How many letters are there now in the
That's
initial?
such a pointless question.
How many are there?
I don't even know.
How many are there?
I don't need
Exactly
to know.
my point.
I don't need to know because it's not about
There
the
are so
letters.
many letters now, we can't keep up with it.
I miss the days when the rainbow was just a beautiful sign from God in the clouds and not used for mental disabilities and illusions.
Move until we get the total ban on the total initiative relative to what we can do with more border patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. Look.
I honestly don't think that Trump is making fun of him at this point. I think he's just being completely honest. They had an entire week to rehearse the answers, and this was the best they could do.
How important are women's rights?
Incredibly rude question.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to say a 0 to this conversation.
No. Women's rights.
To say leave me alone, go away.
What does that mean?
You look it up in a dictionary.
Same dictionary that you guys don't even know what a woman is.
Ashamed of nothing, offended by everything. She doesn't want rights, she wants special treatment. That is the difference. The fact they're offended by a question that's meant for them to express how important they feel a topic is, and flat out refuse to answer even that much tells you all you need to know about them.
Can I be a woman?
I don't know, you tell me. What's your identity?
Identify as he, she, or she, her.
Cool for you.
Is it that easy to be a woman?
It's definitely not easy to be a woman.
But I just said I'm a woman.
Try walking in my shoes sometime.
But it's
man.
not so. Oh, you just call me a man. So I guess I'm not a woman.
Well, because you're being facetious and it's quite obvious. Perhaps you can off now.
I'm just trying to define what a woman is.
I'm not your dictionary, man. Beat it.
It's not easy, but all it takes now is a trust me bro claim and the whole world behind to offer you dresses and flowers.
I totally agree. When Trump was in office, the economy was better. Everything was cheaper. What Trump supporters are failing to realize is that's not because of Trump, that's because of Obama. The president's tax plan doesn't even start until the next president is in office.
One, the economic success under Trump was not due to Obama. And two, she's talking as if taxes are the primary reason behind whether things are expensive or cheap.
The president's tax plan doesn't even start until the next president is in office.
What are you talking about? Trump passed the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act in 2017. In December of 2017, literally 2018, the next year, his tax plan was already enacted. What are you talking? Okay, anyway. I mean, there is a watermelon by the name, so these takes aren't surprising. But she wasn't done.
Biden's tax plan hasn't started. What you've been experiencing for the past 4 years is Trump.
What does she mean Biden's tax plan hasn't started? Biden did not get a major tax plan started. Yes, we are still under Trump's tax plans. But again, a tax plan does not determine how cheap or how expensive products are or services. Again, she keeps talking as if the tax plan is what determines the price of things. Let's continue.
Experiencing for the past 4 years is Trump. When Trump was in office, the economy was great because Obama did that.
No, Obama did not do that. And trying to gaslight the American people into thinking that these last 4 years under the Biden and Harris administration is due to Trump is crazy work. Then she goes on to say this, and this is the most ironic part of this video.
This is why we need better education.
So after spewing all this ignorance, she's then gonna come out and say, this is why we need better education, because you guys don't understand the ignorance I'm spewing. I mean, she's right about one thing. We definitely do need better education. This is horrendous.
She's got watermelon, pronouns, and Elsa-level white hair. Of course she's dumb. The odds are against her. When the Department of Education gets disbanded, please remember that people like this really help drive the point home.
What about condoms? Are condoms the same thing? Because
no, condoms are not because condoms keep
stopping the sperm. Like the sperm enters, right? And then
but sperm
on the connection, right?
Yeah, if sperm had like little men inside of them with like little motors, then I would be like, protect the sperm, protect these million. But sperm do not have little men in them. That's like, people believe that back in like maybe the 800s or something.
Life until the sperm meets the zygote cell.
Yeah, no, sperm is an organelle that carries genetic information from the male to an organelle, which is the ovum, which has the genetic information of the female. And whenever that genetic information fuses, you have the conception of a new human being that actually has its own genetic code, and its own life begins there. Yeah. Not just according to me, but according to the textbooks you use at this university.
Well, he wasn't too rude. Actually, he was barely rude. It's just a little more than surprising that he made it into college.
So when my genetic code came into being actually is when my mother was born, because a fetus is actually
No, your genetic code. No, your genetic code.
My genetic code.
Part of your genetic code. Hold on a second. Slow down. Let's be scientific. Let's be scientific. I'm letting you be scientific.
And then my father's were generated at his conception. So if you want to be specific, I actually...
So your father had a beginning at conception?
No,
awesome.
That's actually...
Your father began at conception.
Yes, and
he was a human.
Leave these people with the smallest gum and they completely obliterate their feet. He kept trying to tell him you.
So ever since Trump got elected, my rights have been taken away from me, and it just keeps going. And I think I'm gonna divorce my husband because he keeps taking my rights away from me.
I just said you couldn't have any more chickens.
Same thing!
What are you talking
Same thing!
Again, satire. The bedrock of woke culture. You should divorce him, ma'am. Trump has already taken away your bodily autonomy. Now he's trying to take away your freedom to eat? How dare he? I bet he's trying to prepare your body for the birth slavery that those Nazis want to make the order of day in the US. Fight back. Your woke sisters are with you.
How important are women's rights?
Much more important than anything.
Well, in that case, what amendment gave women the right to vote?
I don't know. It was like the 20th or I think. Yeah.
20th?
And
it grows from the dead.
You guys need to go back to history.
I know, and all I need to know is that men are trying to oppress us.
That old cat lady didn't understand what she just said, did she? There's no need to know the actual truth or history. All she needs to know is that men are trying to oppress women. Now ask her how. She's got nothing. Oppression doesn't need any evidence. If I say I'm oppressed, we lift signs, wear printed shirts, and fail to answer basic questions. Modern day feminism. Now just imagine I sprinkled a little glitter for special effects. I have been asked to deliver a message to my body positivity girlies.
This is just a friendly reminder that it's not your PCOS, it's not your cortisol, and it's not your carbohydrate intolerance that's preventing you from losing weight. It's your elbow. Every time your elbow bends, your mouth opens. Now those things absolutely have an impact on the game, but they do not change the rules of the game, that you need to be in a caloric deficit to lose weight. I love you.
Yeah, what he said.
Here's a little hack to stop your parents from misgendering you this holiday season. So say you're at a family event and your parents misgender you in front of everyone. Simply release all of the piss in your body onto the floor. Start pissing on the floor. Start shitting on the floor. And when your family's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" Just go, "My parents never taught me how to piss in the toilet, so I have to piss and shit on the carpet, and all the carpet's covered in piss, and all the couches are covered in shit, and I can't have roommates because they say I'm too stinky to live with because my parents never taught me how to piss or shit in the toilet." Your parents will think it's far more embarrassing to have a child that can't piss in the toilet than one that's transgender. Happy holidays.
I'm really scared. This is not a drill.
As most of you know, I work at a gym here in the city. And today, one of our members went up to one of my coworkers and told them that they were uncomfortable with the man who looks like a woman being in the dressing room. And in lieu of these election results, people are feeling way more bold. I had to step away from the front desk after they told me, because I'm spiraling. I feel alone, and I feel like nobody can understand how it feels. I already feel weird enough going into the dressing room, like mad imposter syndrome, like I don't belong there. I don't know what to do.
So, you stepped away from the front desk to a crying corner in the gym to lament about how they don't want you in women's private spaces because you are a grown man. Imposter syndrome. It's not a syndrome, it's a reality.
I'm gonna make this quick, I don't wanna waste anybody's time, but I think the reason that you are so uncomfortable in my presence, the reason that you dislike me so much, is because you put me on a pedestal. You took one look at me, you saw everything that I brought to the table, and you made the decision to let that make you feel inadequate. That's not on me, Pookie.
Now show me this desert table, Pookie.
These students are protesting their school's anti-LGBT policy. Their school is a private, non-profit Christian university. Their parents are spending $56,000 for them to throw a tantrum on stage at their graduation ceremony because this Christian school refuses to push that religion. If they wanted to go to a school that pushed that religion so bad, why didn't you just drop out in the 4 years that you were attending and go to a government-sponsored community college?
By anti-LGBTQ policies, do they by chance mean the rules of their faith? Why don't they do these in Muslim spaces? Or are we not progressive enough?
So I'm coming home from a bar and I was kissing this straight guy. He wanted to take me to his house because, you know, he really liked me. And I told him I was on my period. But that's not true. I don't get my period. I just didn't want to tell them that I was trans.
That's so funny. What won't be as funny is when you end up on the news.
This milk has been sitting in my refrigerator for close to 6 weeks and it is still perfectly safe to consume. This is unpasteurized raw milk. Raw milk is a living superfood.
You nuts.
She looks like she is slowly coming up with typhoid.
I really don't know what's gotten into me recently.
It appears to be food. A lot of it.
A truckload of food.
I'm a black man. Do you believe that?
I don't have any ancestry DNA report to say not.
So all of a sudden facts are needed. I thought it was based on how you felt. The fact that these people are allowed to vote and reproduce is amusing. Like they say, you can't fix stupid. Hopefully the stupidity doesn't get transferred to his children. The DNA of some people needs to never be passed on again.
Oh, is this a rage quit?
I'm not angry, I'm just embarrassed.
I love that this woman's quitting when she's been mocking and laughing at me the entire show. You're bored because you've got TikTok brain. Oh my god, bro. There's too much Botox in your face, bro. Your lips look like clown lips. The one thing I said to you was giving you the slightest milquetoast pushback to you wanting to date a millionaire. But you've been at me all night.
From the beginning, y'all were laughing at her. He laughed at her on there for sure. Before she laughed.
If I sat here and I was like, I want a 19-year-old virgin Victoria's Secret model, y'all wouldn't clown me.
I would clown you because you said 19 and you old. That's weird.
You think it's delusional that I could get a woman of that caliber. We think it's delusional that she's a 37-year-old woman who wants to date a millionaire.
Does she really think she'd be able to hook a millionaire with those clown lips? These women rate themselves too high, and it's always hilarious.
Does height matter in a guy? It does, but men can't change that.
They can get the height surgery.
But that's unnatural. You know what you can do? Lose weight to scale. 160 pounds.
160? Can you match 160? If you don't match 500, you're immediately negative 80.
You said if I can't bench your body weight?
You just got to love double standards. They want perfect guys, but then if you ask them what they bring to the table, they say, I bring myself. Like, really? Who do you think you are?
I have a crush on you for like the last 5 seconds. What's your name? It's always the fridge protecting the snacks.
Like they say, misery loves company. In a year, the blonde one will be saying, I don't know why I can't meet a nice guy. All while this fat one would be smiling in a corner thinking, if I can't, you can't.
Okay. 3 pool snacks.
Never been happier to see someone fail. Strong, independent woman right there. Keep believing in your delusions.
Target has lost their last line. Go up a size or two. Go up a size or two from an XXL. Yeah, y'all done lost y'all last line.
We gotta start being body negative. Target's gotta go up a size or two. No, you've gotta go down a size or 2 or 3 or 4. Okay, look, I am just so sick and tired of this normalizing culture because this is what we get. Let's stop normalizing things and start shaming things again. Okay, thanks.
Yep, we need to bring back bullying. Once you go past XXL, you should be fine with just a bed sheet. No more style or nice clothes because nobody has time to make designer bed sheets. So you want to be the size of a mattress? You get to dress like one too.
I ain't even gonna lie. You look like you can pick me up. I've been staring at you. You look real strong. I ain't that strong.
It's good bro knew his limits, but he doesn't need to feel bad. Nobody is that strong. If you can pick that one up, then it means you can now identify as a heavy-duty tractor. He really didn't dodge a bullet, he dodged a cannonball.
I want to get paid the same as a man, and I think you understand that. So, if you become president, will a woman make the same as a man, and do I get to choose what I do with my body?
You're gonna make the same if you do as good a job.
You stand up in front of a presidential candidate and the only question that you think is worthy of asking is that? I'd not be shocked if some years from now she's leaving all alone with some cats and no children. She already seems like one of them.
How do we even know that this is a girl, by the way?
That's a very good point.
Is she identifying as a woman or not?
And this is
or is she identifying as gender fluid? In which case, she might be, on this particular day, a man. She might be identifying as a man. And actually, I'm offended on his behalf that you may not have realised Barbie is now gender fluid, and actually, despite looking like a girl, actually is a man today. So actually, you've caused me grave offence.
And this is the point, Piers, this is the point, is that feminists have got so much more to worry about.
They haven't, honestly they haven't.
They laugh because what he's saying doesn't make sense, yet that's the same logic they live by. I'm now convinced that these people actually see how stupid they sound when they hear it being said out loud to them, but their brains are too dull to process it, so it just goes in one ear and out the other. Okay, Pocahontas, I see you.
Hey, you. I don't know if you've realized this yet, but I think that maybe, just maybe, you may be highly attracted to alternative girls. Huh. Didn't see that one coming, did you?
Get off my screen!
As you see, they're trying to claim Napoleon. The Napoleon, the only Napoleon that you could literally Google search and this man comes up, as no other than being black. All got on my ass for Astrid and Ariel. Oh, Maurice, they're not real. Okay, but you didn't have anything to say about Anne Boleyn. You didn't have much to say about Cleopatra. Now you want to take literally the most known white man in history, Napoleon, and claim he was black. And there's no way Napoleon could be black, because Napoleon was racist. He would refer to natives and Africans as savages. You guys can't keep up this, man. It seems like y'all are trying this with every white person in history. It's not gonna work. You can't just erase white people just because you feel some type of way. Y'all taking everything and making it black, it's just showing how racist y'all motherfuckers are.
If you want black everything so much, find your way back to Africa, respectfully.
You can pass, no problem. I know.
amazing. That woman is a legend. She is my hero. The fact that you think that she needs your permission to walk by on a public street, then you go and caption this video, "Excuse me," the audacity of that woman, and you respond to her walking by making this face. It's a public sidewalk. It's meant for walking, not for doing photo shoots. And it was awesome to see every single person in your comments was on that woman's side supporting her. I can't wait to see the comments on this video. It's about time that influencers realize the world doesn't revolve around you. You need to do better. Mind your own business.
They were trying so hard to be cool, but that lady was born in an iceberg.
Okay, we listen, but we don't judge. Yes, I had my first child at 13. I got pregnant at 13. Then I had another one at 15. Then popped another one at 16. Then 17. Then 18.
5 times!
19, and so on. Yes, I have 7 kids. I'm not ashamed of it. From 7 different men.
A clean 7 by 7?
And I'm currently pregnant right now with my 8th child.
Come on.
And that's by my food stamp plug. That helps me get $3,000 a month in food.
Maybe I'm tripping, but the food stamp plug is just Uncle Sam, right? What are we talking about here? I have so many unanswered questions.
Oh, yes. I mean, I was young, but I don't care.
She was young. Baby girl, you are 20. And you old.
I don't care. I love 7 kids. And I'm gonna continue to have more.
She finna be a whole 8 by 8. This work at the food stamp office is the 8th baby dad. I'm not gonna be the 2nd guy in a train, much less an 8th baby father.
Bring back shame, bring back sense, bring back class, bring back everything, please. I feel bad for the first child. We know that one is the real parent.
You don't look like a woman at all.
Besides my chin, if I hide my chin, yes I do.
You gotta
yes,
do.
I do, Jesse.
You gotta do more than that.
Well, that's your opinion.
No, I can. Stevie Wonder can see that you're not a woman.
I'm not an adult entertainer, okay? I don't go to clubs and do shows and dance.
Oh.
I'm a proper lady. I'm just an average woman. What is funny?
Oh God.
What are you laughing at, Jesse?
I'm laughing at you.
Your chin? Just your chin? Bro, look at your hands. Look at that face. Your voice. Even your fake bob screams man in a dress.
You do realize that she was arguing with a Jewish girl the whole time and calling her white in a bunch of racist terms, yet trying to say that that Jewish girl was racist towards her.
Black people can't be racist, first of all. So, but what is it about? What is it about y'all that you like to pick on?
Are you serious?
That you like to pick on?
Yo,
That's
hold
what
on.
No. We can be prejudiced.
Hold on, Weave Warrior. Look, this is what I'm trying to tell you guys. When I cook black people, it's for stupid like this. Look, man, I'm one of the few that holds up a mirror to the black community and tells them they're stupid, watermelon, weave warrior, hair-hatted, dumb niggas.
Feelings.
Yo, shut up. I'm talking, woman. I'm talking. All right, this isn't hair salon where you can just talk when you want. Shut up. Anyway, so
I'll talk when the get ready.
Catch your weave. Yeah, shut up, man. Shut up.
Catch your weave quietly.
God damn, bro. Anyway, I'm gonna give you a chance to finish your piece, bro. But this is what I'm trying to say. Black women and black people in general have this stupid concept where no one can be racist that's black. That's preposterous. Because the reality is, and I said this earlier at the top of the show, you guys think I'm kidding around when I say that black people are some of the most racist in the United States. They're the only group of people that will sit there and call a white person a cracker, an Arab, make fun of an Asian nigga, say your eyes are slanted, or call a Mexican a wetback. And they'll say that with no cares. But you turn around and you say you stupid, they'll go crazy. They'll go wild. It's hilarious to me that black people are some of the biggest crybabies are about racism, but you guys are the most racist by far because you guys continue to perpetuate the very racism that you cry about.
Myron can be crazy sometimes, but this one, he got it right without a single stutter. Black people can't be racist? Who is raising these societal headaches?
People are all like, oh, trans women can't be lesbians. Oh yeah? Look at my hands. Look at my hands and tell me that I'm not a lesbian.
There's an Adam's apple, a mustache, a male's forehead, and a male's haircut all between your hands, sir. And that's just between your hands. You sound like a dude too, if we're being honest.
Hi, is there a problem?
No, what's going on?
Then why were you staring at me?
I'm sorry?
Hey, is there a problem?
No, there's no problem.
Then why were you just staring at me? Were you staring at me?
Who the f are you guys?
All right here, bro.
Why are there so many ring
I'm
lights?
a micro-influencer, but you wouldn't know.
Ladies, cover up. You know, we shouldn't have to do this,
Folks,
but
in the middle of
we
summer.
are doing it.
Very cool.
Yeah, try us now. The whole thing. It's on
You gonna put
tape.
this on YouTube? Yeah, guy does nothing at the gym and gets harassed.
Oh my god, is this creep staring at you?
I can't tell if this is a skit or CCTV footage. I'm so sick of the gym liberals.
Why does Leonardo DiCaprio always dump the woman after 25?
And they know that he's gonna do that too, but they still keep coming every year.
It's because, I'll tell you why. It's because he's famous, he's rich, and they're all going out for clout.
And all the women know that, but they're still lining up every day to.
But you know what? Some of them are saying it because they really do like him. I just think it's awkward that he's dating women like 20 plus
I mean,
younger.
well, you have literally got a bunch of sugar daddies who are f***ing you for money. How is this any different? You don't
Because
see
it's
the
different.
hypocrisy
Because
here.
it's for money. Because it's for money.
So you have a bunch of Leonardo DiCaprios in your life, but somehow we should bash the Leonardo DiCaprio. Yes, women half his age fall uncontrollably in love with him, even though they know how he flows. Life is a Disney movie.
How are all you MAGA folks feeling about Trump's cabinet picks? Because you guys were real loud insisting that Kamala wasn't qualified, even though she was the vice president, a senator, and California's attorney general. So you guys must be real pissed with his cabinet picks, right? Because not a single one of them is even remotely qualified. But hey, maybe if Dr. Oz doesn't get passed through, what about Doc McStuffins? That could be a good option. I feel like she's probably more qualified than Dr. Oz, right?
Well, somebody enjoys watching The View. Tell Sunny we say hi. Don't forget to drop a legal note afterwards.
It just makes you a dumbass hoe.
Me?
Yeah, you.
How's that make me that?
What do you mean?
Why does it make me that for not kissing you?
Because anyone here would.
Really?
Yeah, I bet. Watch this.
All right, go get a guy. Prove it to me.
Okay, wait. Watch this. They kiss me for
They say confidence is key, but I guess for her, even the door is missing. Maybe after this dose of embarrassment, she'd wake up from that delusion she's been in.
Where would you rank yourself on the marketplace? Out of what, 100?
Okay, what is it? What we rate from 1 to 10?
Yeah.
Okay, 9.
You're 41 years old and you know you're not a 9 or a 10, an 8 either. And if you are, who's a 10? If you're an 8, who's a 10?
I'm the 10. Oh, I was trying to get some advice. I'm an entrepreneur and I have 7 kids.
Go get an 8th one.
That's not confidence, that's extreme delusion, and it's slowly entering into the realm of mental illness. If you ask me, I'd rank the Worn Out Child Factory a -10.
I'm Allie, better known for Al Weezy. I'm 23 years old from Arizona, and I'm a certified bad bitch. Certified bad. I'm a size trans woman living in Arizona.
Wait, did you say you're trans? Wait, you're trans?
Yes, I'm trans.
I thought
I feel like in the last year or so, like my style is like so changing when it comes to confidence. Mainly because like compared to when I was like 21 or 22.
Chase, why are you laughing? Chase, why are you laughing? Nothing. Sorry, he's laughing. Please continue. He's Please laughing continue. at the chat.
Chase, 21, 22.
Please continue. How dare you, Chase?
Please continue, as you were saying.
No, just like basically saying that like compared to when I was younger, like let's say I'm wearing like a little black slip dress and, you know, like a little wedge to the club with a YSL bag. That would make me feel pretty. But like as I'm getting older, it's like almost like when I cover up, it's like you feel more beautiful. But I guess that's something that comes with age, younger girls.
Yeah, like in high school, you're just gonna want to wear what every other girl wears, like a crop top and like some booty shorts or whatever.
Yeah. Can I specifically ask this to you? We totally don't have to speak about it if you're uncomfortable, but what age did you start identifying as a woman?
I'm sure she, or he, or it knows she's the one being laughed at, but she can't do anything about it. In her mind, she probably wants the ground to open up and swallow her so she can be saved from the shame, but even if that happened, the ground wouldn't have enough capacity to accommodate her. Alright folks, that's enough roasting for today. Roast mode deactivated. Until next time, share this video with a friend who needs a reality check, and we'd see you in the next one.